god, this is so fun. Hello, fine people of the interwebs. It is I, Sarah, the girl that reviews cars in abandoned, decrepit buildings like this one. And today I'm reviewing this guy. It is a 2020 Civic SI Sedan. And it's a 6-speed manual because you can only get the SI in a manual. That's what's up. New for 2020, the Civic SI has an updated front end, including these LED headlights and the grille, as well as these catfish whiskers down over in this air duct opening area. I know somebody watching right now is wondering what is inside this slot, and just to let you know, nothing tried biting my finger off, so that's a good sign. I really don't know how else to describe it. It seriously just reminds me of a catfish. It's a good looking catfish though. The wheels on the Civic SI go round and round.
I was just thinking right now when you said
It comes with these matte black 18-inch wheels wrapped in 235/40 Goodyear Eagles. However, there is an optional HFP package that does not stand for huge f***ing potato. And it comes with 19-inch wheels, a front lip, side skirts, upgraded dampers, and HFP emblems to let you know it is a huge f***ing potato. I love the fact that the Civic SI comes in a 2-door coupe as well as this 4-door sedan. And the 5-door hatchback is reserved only for the Type R because hatchbacks are the best. It also has a rear HDMI port to plug absolutely nothing into because that's the exhaust tip. As far as the interior goes, I'm going to give you my physical observations from sitting inside this SI right now, and I'm not going to bore you with pointless details that you could easily find on a brochure or Google yourself. So, from sitting inside this SI right now, it feels like a $25,000 car. It has an adequate amount of tech to keep you happy. The materials don't look overly cheap in here. However, there is obviously some cost-saving measures with the way the interior of this car is designed. The infotainment system does have a knob on the screen to adjust the volume, as well as is compatible with your fruit and robots. So that way you can just keep updating your phone and always have a refreshed head unit and not have to worry about the technology in it getting dated as the car ages. Oh, there is cup holders back here. They're just kind of stealth and hidden into the door pocket. Whatever. I'm a big fan of the seats in here. It's an adequate amount of bolstering. They're comfortable, has SI embroidered towards the top, and I love the fabric design on here with the red and black pattern. It also flows nicely with the red piping above the gauge cluster. Nice subtle little touch. The faux carbon fiber trim on the dash is kind of a pass for me. I'm just not a fan of fake carbon fiber anything. Honda's safety sensing package comes standard on the SI, as it should. I feel if the technology exists to make a car safer, it should just be standard across all models. It's nice that they do include a sunroof on this car for the price point. However, I wish it was an option so you could opt out of it. I do like sunroofs on some cars, but on this SI, I'd rather have it as a slick top. I feel you can't go wrong with a cloth interior, especially on a car like this. And the center console is wrapped in a really durable fabric. It's both comfortable to rest your arm on, and I don't feel like it'll wear quickly. It can slide back and tilt open, and you can stuff a few Arctic dwelling birds inside there if you would like to. I don't mind cutting corners to save cost on the back seat of the Civic because it works back here. It's comfortable. For this being a Civic, I mean, there's tons of room. I'm 5'11" and I have more room in here than I do on an American Airlines flight. It does not come with wireless charging. However, it is an option that you can add, and it does have this little pass-through storage area underneath the center console here, similar to you find on a Volvo. Has heated seats, dual zone climate control in case you want to create a tropical storm in the center of your car, and I feel you're getting an adequate amount of features for $25,000. This is a good value for this car. That's cute. I like the little animations on the head unit, like when you go to home, it kind of goes, blah, and you see all the menu spit all over your dashboard like I just did. I'm sorry, Honda. I like that the gauges are a mix of old school and new school. You have analog gauges on the side for your fuel and your engine temp, and in the center you have a digital cluster with a ton of little sub menu systems. A G meter, Oh, a little shift light, kind of like you'd have on the top of the gauge cluster of a S2000. You have a boost gauge, which is actually functional and it will read your actual boost pressure. And I believe peak boost on here is 20.3 PSI. What is this? Looks like a lawnmower. Oh, okay. It's a throttle percentage as well as boost next to it. There's all kinds of stuff in the menu on here. That's fun. It does have an electronic parking brake though, which is kind of no bueno. In the name of science, I shall now give it the beans. I'm gonna put sport mode on and I'm going to turn off traction control. It also defeats stability control. And this is kind of crappy asphalt, so I'm gonna give it a very light launch so that way I can get some traction. So, ready? There you go. Yeah, get it, Civic. Get it, Civic. This thing's kind of fun. Ooh, that's a satisfying twig clunk. Look at that intercooler. Huh? Hello, and welcome to Garage Science with Sarah. In today's lesson, we're going to be going over the L15 B7 VTC turbo found in the Civic Si versus the 1.5 liter turbo that is found in the turbo base model Civics. Now, they are loosely based on the same engine. However, for the Civic Si, it has beefed up rods, changes to the cams, the turbo, as well as slightly lower compression. Overall, this engine is more stout and it is built for performance, which it produces 205 horsepower at 5,700 RPM and 192 pound-feet of torque from 2,100 to 5,000 RPM. That is a big, fat, usable torque curve and something you did not see in previous generations of the Civic Si. Seems like it's pretty easy to access the steering rack in the back of this thing. As far as modifications go, I've been doing some research online and it is astonishing how much power tuning shops are making off of this 1.5 liter. I am completely blown away and I have a lot of respect for this car now. Time for the braking test. Ready? No one behind me? Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. That made my eyes hurt. Ooh, you can smell the tires and brakes. Not only was that a braking test, that was a test of the HPT package, high performance tire. Extra $600. I think I'd rather use that money though and buy my own tires. Round 2 of Science, Sarah. So the drivetrain here in the 2020 Civic Si is a 6-speed manual transmission, the only transmission you can get in an Si. It comes with a helical limited slip differential as standard, and on top of that, you also get standard adaptive dampers, which is amazing for $25,000. Now you can also get this in a 2-door coupe for the same price, which weighs slightly less at 2,889 pounds, whereas the sedan is 2,906 pounds. However, the sedan has a slightly better front to rear weight distribution than the 2-door coupe. In case you're wondering specifically, it is 60.3, 39.7 front to rear weight distribution, with the engine sitting just ahead of the strut towers. So it's up to you which one you prefer. They're both the same price. I would go with the 2-door coupe. All right, how's this thing like to drive on a windy road? Amazing. Oh God, that torque coming out of the corners is so not what you would expect out of a Civic. I'm a fan of boosted Civics. I thought it would miss high revving NA power. No, I'm all about this now. This is awesome. Oh man, that helical LSD just grabs coming out of the corner. That's nice. I did a review a few weeks back with the regular Civic sedan in the 1.5 liter that had the CVT transmission, and that car surprised me at how fun it was to drive. Now driving the SI with the similar engine, a little bit more power, and a 6-speed manual, it's amazing. I still haven't driven a Type R yet. I can only imagine how good that is. Ew. So much grip, dude. I know a lot has to do with tires, but shifted around a little bit on that crappy asphalt. Having such a broad torque curve on this engine makes it amazing for a back road. You don't have to constantly change gears. You can just leave it in third or fourth on a road like this and just go and have fun. All the power is down low. You don't need to wind it out, which was kind of part of the appeal, honestly, of the older Civic SIs. But I'm not complaining, this is so fun. Now for 2020, this does have a shorter final drive gear ratio, is 4.35 versus prior to that, it was a 4.105. That 0.05 is important at the end there. All right, another corner. Oh man. A little bit of understeer right there. A little bit of understeer. Oh my god, this is so fun. You know, I was kind of hating on the dual mass flywheel at first when I was driving this thing in regular traffic. It made it kind of an unnatural feel to drive this. But when you're giving it the business on a back road, you don't mind it. You can actually kind of no lift shift with this thing, which is nice. This right here is why I'll never be a fan of exotic cars. You can still have so much fun without spending a ton of money on a car. Yeah, get it. This thing just puts a smile on my face. Man, I love driving cars. When I compare this thing against other fun front-wheel drive compact cars I've reviewed lately, like the Veloster N and the GTI, it's hard to pick a favorite. I still think the Veloster N comes out on top as my favorite, but this isn't really comparable against the Veloster N. That's more comparable against the Type R. I mean, it's considerably more horsepower at 275 versus this being only 205. Which car would I buy though? Part of me feels like I would go towards the Honda just because of the pedigree behind it. Fuel economy wise, over the past week I've been driving this car, I've averaged just over 28 miles per gallon, which of course I haven't really cared about the economy when I've been driving it because it's a 6-speed manual and it's a Civic SI, and I've been paying more attention to having fun than anything. If you guys have never seen one of my car reviews before, I have what's called the bean score. It's a rating of 1 to 5 beans based on the feeling you get in your gut when you give it the beans. And this 2020 Civic SI Sedan is going to get a rating of 1.5 beans. I feel for $25,000 you cannot go wrong with a Civic SI Sedan or the two-door coupe. Personally, I'd go for the two-door coupe in black, that's just me. But it's amazing value for the performance, and it has tech too. It's not completely stripped out. It's a good deal. And I like this car, and I think it'll age well because it's a Civic SI. Although it'll probably get ruined with tacky modifications. Don't do it. I don't know where this is going. Anyway, see you soon with another video. Bye. Testing potatoes.